What is going on? Hold up. There we go.
Almost done with one stack.
The day has come. We are going to move some of our pepper seedlings up into cups and let them have room to grow. It's super exciting. I love indoor gardening while it is winter time, and I can't get outside as much because it is raining a lot and I am recovering from shoulder surgery. So anything I can do towards helping my garden right now inside is super awesome and exciting. Tomorrow, we're going to start sizing our pepper seedlings up into cups from the starter trays I have them in. And I want to show you what they look like right now. My family's going to help me so much with my shoulder surgery. I can't do a whole lot of stuff in the spring prep for garden, but I've got a wonderful supportive family. And as I've said before, we do everything on this homestead together. We're all pitching in, trying to help each other out. And my wonderful family is going to help me with these pepper starts because they love peppers and they love hot sauce. And they love their mama too. That's always a plus. Look, Thai Dragon, that's our favorite hot sauce. We've got some eggplant. We have some Luffa back there that's going to be put in cups. And we've got lots of different jalapenos and shishitos, lots of peppers. And this isn't even all of them. We have these. We have these, and we also have these, but we're gonna do the bite-sized chunk of dealing with this tray tomorrow. My husband calls this petting my peppers. He thinks that I'm just showing them some love. You know, this is one way that you help harden them off and strengthen them, but I think I also want them to feel loved and accepted in our family. Sweet potatoes are making progress. There is one long root coming down from that one and some very little ones from this one. We've got a lot of time for sweet potatoes, so I'm not concerned that they're going slow. I divided daffodils from my mom's house that I grew up with and brought them to our property. And this is the first year they're growing for me. Well, the sun came out and taking the daily walk down the street, giving me the outdoor therapy I need while I recover from shoulder surgery. Isn't the pond lovely in the background? It's so pretty after the rain. It's supposed to rain again. It's like rain several days, day off, rain several days, day off, or maybe even an hour off, but we're outside for the little bit of time off. This tray of seedlings is what we're starting with. They definitely look like they're ready for a little bit more room than these little 1 by 1. And the eggplant did so good, like 6 out of 6, 6 out of 6, and 5 out of 6 germinated. We've got Luffa back there. We are ready to go. I wrote on all these cups with my right hand. I'm pretty proud of myself. You guys, I'm left-handed, so this was very tricky to do with my non-dominant hand. You can kind of see some shakiness on that Rosa Bianca and the Sugar Rush Peach, but not too shabby considering I am left-handed. Today we're using Fox Farm Happy Frog potting soil for putting in our cups as we move our pepper plants up and our Luffa, our eggplant. I am not sponsored by them. I just like them. We have a friend in town who has a microgreens business, and she uses all of the Happy Frog for her microgreens. And then she actually recycles the soil for people to use in their gardens. And we've used her recycled soil for years. This year I started with fresh bags just because I had a little bit of problem with fungus gnats last time. I think maybe some gnats got in from her having the soil outside. So I still am gonna use her soil in my garden beds, but for my cupping up my little seedlings, I started fresh with the unopened bag of Happy Frog. Okay, our first step is we are going to put some drainage holes in the bottom of the cups. My husband got a 3/16 drill bit, and he's going to do 3 holes in the bottom of these cups. We're gonna do a little stack of them at a time. That's like 6 cups or so. Probably could do a couple more, but that's safe so they get all the way through. Pretty simple. As you can see, it'll be great for drainage and for bottom watering. will. Very good. Good work. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to moisten the soil, which we poured a little bit of water in here. I don't even think we did quite enough. We're going to fill our cups about 3/4 of the way. So give me a cup. I'll try to show you one-handed. Okay, hold it over there. Hold it over there. Okay. We're going to put our finger in to get it ready for putting something in and just fill the tray.
What's not?
So this is how we put a hole in it with our finger. That way when we pop the seedlings out of these little cells, they can be put just easily right into the hole.
What is going on? The holdup.
We're almost done with one stack. And we're almost done with this.
So as my family works on filling the cups, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what is going on around here. We have our citrus trees that are due to be fertilized, and we had run out of the citratone that we use. So we got part of them fed, and then we ordered more. We've still got all of our citrus trees that are in containers still to feed. We usually do the first feeding of them in early February, and this is the first week of February, so we're right on track for that. I'm still gonna keep them covered, but I want them to have a little bit of food. It's really good because this rain that we're having, like it's an El Nino year, so we've got a lot of rain, and winter's already our rainy season anyway. That will water in the citrus food really well and hopefully help them be really healthy when they come into the springtime. Also, I'd love to give you an update on the chicken coop. There is no update. I've got to get my husband's laughing. I've got to get a camera out there when he finally gets to finish it up. It's kind of been in a standstill for a while. Not only did we have injuries, my husband broke his ankle at the start of the year, and when he finally recovered from that, he injured his knee and had to have surgery. So then he got working on the chicken coop, and it's been raining pretty much ever since. So that's kind of how things go around here. We are very real family, trying to build a little family farm homestead, and a lot of times projects get interrupted, and we just have to roll with it. Sometimes it's a little disappointing, like that wood is going to be weathered and maybe even a little warped, but it's honestly the best we can do, and it's just for chickens. It's not for a family. So we almost have all of our cups filled. We tried to put the different varieties that have lots in just the same tray together. That way it makes filling them and transplanting them a lot easier and less to think about. Another thing going on the homestead, or that I wish was going on, was I really, really want to get some new chicks this spring. I am itching to have little, fluffy, cute, pretty chicks. And finally, I think we're gonna make an order again of just sexed female chicks so that we'll get a bunch of pullets. We've let broody hens the last couple of years hatch out eggs, which has been really fun, and we're gonna keep doing that. But our odds of getting female chicks versus male chicks has been pretty poor, and we mostly have had roosters hatch out. I think that's really interesting. I wonder sometimes if maybe our rooster eggs are a little bit stronger. I don't know. Anyway, that's how it's worked for us. So I think we're finally gonna actually put down the money, buy some specific breeds that is easily to tell what the gender is. We have someone in town that we've bought from in the past that we've had really good success with his chicks that turn into hens. So I think we will probably go that route. I also really had the itch to get ducklings, and everyone's told me they're super messy, they use a ton of water. Up here in Northern California, we were in a drought for years, but we're not in a drought, so it feels like maybe good timing to get ducks. if you have anything to say about ducks, will you weigh in the comments for me? Because I really think they're cute. I love them. I would love to add them to our homestead. I think it'd be fun to bake with the eggs and to even sell some of the eggs, but I'm a little hesitant about how hot it is here and their intense need for water. So if you have advice, I'd love to hear it. A reality of having kids help with life is messes. My daughter dropped an entire cup of soil on the ground. All right, so we are going to start with jalapenos, and I'm going to show you how exactly we do this. These are really cool seed starting cell trays because they have holes in the bottom where you can just punch them out with your finger and get the whole little cell of the plant and the soil. So we're going to start with jalapenos. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Okay, let's see. I punched it up a little bit. And if you see right here, I have the seedling, I have the soil, and it's got a little root system starting around, so it's a perfect time for us to put this up. This one only has 2 true leaves on it. Some of them have really big true leaves and are even starting a 3rd or a 4th. It's ideal to transplant when they have, I would say, 2 to 4 strong true leaves. Since these are such small cells, we do it as soon as they really have 2 true leaves because they don't have a whole lot of room for root growth. We want to give them room right away and give them more nutrition right away. So I'll put this right into my cup. I'd already pre-made a little hole for it. And then I'll just kind of put the soil around it. Can you go get me a spray bottle?
Okay.
We will spritz it, and then that one will be good to go.
Here you go.
Thank you. All right, there we go.
Can I spritz it?
Sure, how about you spritz it? All right, that's good. Now where I'm gonna really need help is when there's 2 in a cell, because I don't know how to break
That
those
one's
up with
2.
my finger. Okay, so we're gonna lift it up. I'm gonna push with my finger and you're gonna lift the clump of soil. Lift the whole thing up. There we
There's
go.
2 in that one.
Okay, so what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to put, let me help you. Let me help you. So we're just gonna have to separate them. Doing life one-handed is an adventure. Okay, so let me see if I can separate these one-handed. I did it! This little tiny one doesn't even have true leaves, but since it was with one that needed room, I'm gonna go ahead and transplant this anyway and just give it a lot of support.
And it has no soil.
Yeah, that's part of why we needed the cups a little fuller, because when there's 2 in a cell, they don't both get the amount of soil. That is great. Really good job. Look at that. Teach them when they're young and they will know how to do it when they're old. Get the spritz bottle. How about you spray those 2 for me and we'll go to the next ones.
Let's see.
Want to do that there? Okay, I'm gonna lift and push with my finger and you're gonna kind of lift it out. This one's only 1, so we don't have to separate it. Lift it, oh, just pull the whole thing. There we go. Okay, and then you're gonna put it right into there. Let me make room. Right into the little area we made for it. You can push it down a little bit. We can actually go a little bit on the stem. Some of my stems actually were developing like air roots, so they can be buried a little bit. You don't want to bury them deep like a tomato stem, but the pepper stems can be buried a little bit. Kind of, for me, to where I see kind of a color change is where it's a safe place to bury. That way they can anchor those roots that we're trying to grow a little bit high. I did plant some of these seeds really shallow, and that's why I think they were having a little bit of roots up above the soil line. That's great. Can you spritz it, and then we'll move it over to our tray. Great. Now we started an empty tray that has water so they can start bottom watering right away while we're planting the others. Those will be sucking up the water they need and encouraging the roots to go down deep. The reason bottom watering is so beneficial to your plants is because it encourages really good root growth. And you want roots, the way things happen actually in nature is roots go down searching for water. So we want to emulate that in our cups as we start seeds inside. We want them to get used to searching for water and not just stay super shallow. If we water overhead, we might not get it saturated to the bottom, and so the roots stay shallow because they don't actually have to look for water. All right, next one. put that over there. You want to put it over the side? Okay, I'll push up. This is one that you're gonna have to separate. Can we do the separate? Oh, let's do one you don't separate. You had the separating last time. Kind of lift by the lower stem maybe. Just by, oh, that was good. That worked. Okay, let's make sure there's room for it. That can kind of go deeper. You have so much roots. Push it in a little bit and then pull it close to the stem. There we go. That's great. That one looks good. Okay, now you're going to gently over the top of one of the cups, just wiggle them apart. Yeah, just very gently untangle them. There you go. And then you have two different plants. Hold them up, okay? Okay, and then you're going to untangle them over one cup. Just carefully untangle them. And then plant one in here and one in the other. Got this. Good job. You are officially a pepper farmer. You're happy about it.
No, no.
Oh, do you like hot sauce?
Some.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that when you want to have some hot sauce. I'll say, no, you only like some. You want to get it nice and deep, so put my finger down
Do you
there.
know what ones I like?
Well, you'll just never know. You'll never know which ones you grow and which ones you like. Wait, no, now you gotta spritz it with a spritz bottle. Yeah, and then this one. Okay, all right, now put them over to be bottom watered. You try, push your finger underneath, that's still a row of jalapenos, and then with the other hand, lift the stem up very carefully. And then let's make room in here for you.
Oh my gosh, my finger was stuck.
There you go. And you kind of drop it in. Yeah, that's easier when there's only one. Okay, now you gotta kind of have it a little more centered and then push the soil around the other side. There you go. Okay, and then spritz it and then put it in the tray to bottom water. To cling to the soil. Okay, so how about you do it all yourself? You want to do double. Okay, well that's helpful because it's a little apart. Okay. Good. You are a pepper farmer, whether you like it or not. Start dreaming of hot sauce. I like to fill a tray with water and put the cup straight into the tray so it can bottom water while we're working. Then I take them out and put them in a dry tray so they don't get overwatered. Gardening with kids is not simple and easy. It takes more time, it's more messy. I find I'm constantly redirecting them and helping them focus. But the good news is when we take the time to teach kids when they're young how to do simple tasks like growing their own food, they will have that knowledge and ability with them forever. It actually is a skill that they will use the rest of their life. And I find as a mom, I can either be patient and help them learn these skills, or I can be impatient and just do it all myself. A blessing of my hurt shoulder is even involving my kids more and more and helping them be independent, lifelong learners. I love the opportunity my kids have to grow up on property, to care for animals, to grow food, and to do hard work. It really is an invaluable childhood in a generation where they spend more time in front of screens than working with their hands. I'm also thankful to have a husband who supports my desires and values the things I value. Having a property with a large garden, fruit trees, bees, chickens, and someday more animals was really my desire first. I wanted to raise my kids with a simpler life, with whole foods, being able to provide for ourselves and share with our community. My husband didn't have these dreams and goals at first, but he has come along right beside me and supported it enthusiastically and done the hard work, and now actually values it just as much as I do. I really think we make a great team, and I enjoy doing hard work alongside of him. Doing things to provide for our family, to see these seedlings become food that will feed us for many, many meals, and that we can also share the fruit of the harvest from. This is something that I feel like God could use to bless our family and to bless many others. And that's my desire, that our garden and that our property would be a blessing. I have a friend who taught a parenting class and ran a homeschool co-op I was a part of that would often say, "Many hands makes light work." And I agree. In a large family with 7 kids, there is always a lot of work to be done. But the work does not have to be a heavy load for any one person. When we come together as a team and help each other, it really does make the burden lighter for everybody. Oh, look at that loofah. Look at the roots. It's a good thing we're cupping it up, right? And we can't even plant it out until probably April. I wonder what the other ones over there look like. Those probably are enormous too. Those are huge. this is the current situation on the top seed starting shelf. And this is not even like the half of it. I don't even know if this is a third of it or the fourth of it. We have so many starts. We aren't even going to try to get to these today. We'll do these a different day. These we're still trying to get to finish germinating or have their seed cap come off. So those are still in the humidity dome. It is really awesome how well my peppers have done this year. I highly recommend heat mats. I feel like it's been a huge difference in my germination, both in how long it's taken and at how successful it's been. We have so many peppers. I'm so excited. We always grow, goodness, I think the last couple of years we've grown over 100 pepper plants in our garden. I'm hoping to expand that, and then obviously I'm gonna have about half of what I grew. We're gonna be able to sell locally to help new gardeners or people who don't have time to start their seeds have some really healthy plants to plant out late spring for a summer harvest. It is super fun. I love that I can do this with the help of my family, even with recovering from shoulder surgery, because I have such a supportive family and we do so many things together. I mean, really, my kids and my husband are so involved in our garden, on our homestead with the bees and the chickens and all of the fruit trees and all of the building. It's just so many things going on all the time, and they are so involved and so helpful. And that's the only way anything gets done. There's no way that I would be able to do a garden at all this year if it was only up to me, because I've got an immobilizer on for, a month to 6 weeks. And then from there, it's still going to be a 4 to 6 month recovery. So I am super thankful, and I'm actually very encouraged by the progress of our peppers. I feel like even if nothing else really gets done the way I want it done in the garden, we will have peppers, Luffa, eggplant. Those are all successfully put into cups and are doing really well. It's going to be a really good summer garden. I'm super encouraged. This makes me feel so much better. I was really nervous because of the whole shoulder surgery thing, but my family really has been so supportive and helpful. I am incredibly thankful. We got 2 full trays of pepper seedlings, eggplant seedlings, Luffa seedlings, all moved up into cups. My family was incredibly helpful. Even my older boys sprinkled the vermiculite on top to help prevent damping off and to help just with the water retention, prevent fungus. I am very excited to see the harvest that will come in the summer from these plants. Gardening pays off on the long haul. It's both the mental health benefits, getting our hands in the dirt, watching things grow, caring and cultivating for plants, but also the food that will feed my family of 9 and that we'll be able to share with those around us is such a blessing. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me, and soon we'll talk about the tomatoes I'm gonna grow this year, and I would love for you to look out for that video. And also I will take you along the way as we grow these peppers from seed all the way to harvest. I hope that you use 2024 to grow something for your family, for yourself to enjoy, and to get a taste of gardening.